Alright, and now we're live. So, good day and welcome to this, the 19th episode of Dungeons and Dingoes, a podcast where a bunch of us blokes and shielders throw numbers at each other, and sometimes we do cool shit. Everyone say word.
Word.
We're nearly 20.
Damn it!
I was hoping.
Stop! You stole my joke. You stole my joke.
That's what you get for stealing the bonk joke from me.
No. You stole Fluffy's joke. I don't care about it.
Yes.
I'm absolutely nonchalant.
He's lying.
What?
That's exactly how someone who is.
No. It's didgeridoo. So
Didgeridoo.
I had to do it.
We can't get away from that.
Well, I had to do it. No one did it. I didn't hear anybody just do it.
Oh, got shoulder pads.
Well,
fuck does that come
didgeridoo.
Oh, God damn it.
Didgeridoo, don't say that again.
Oh, God damn it.
Every time.
Okay, sorry.
Ah, there you go. No, it's that. Yeah, didgeridoo, don't say it ever again, is recurring also. But, yeah, continuing on. We are a couple people down, but I get more players to play, so you guys will get to listen to my voice some more, which is glorious, I know. Otherwise, last we left off, the party had made their trek towards Thundertree, which took them about 3 days or so. And along the way, actually the first night, Borger got up in the middle of the night and exclaimed that he'd become too complacent, and he ran off shirtless into the woods.
And fact off.
Yeah, and the party was kind of shocked. They looked for him a little bit, and then they carried on their journey. A couple days goodbye, they hit Thundertree, and they find Radoff, the druid they were searching for, who could potentially lead them to Waybecker Cave. Upon meeting him, they had a bit of a discussion, and he went, "Yep, I can take you to that cave. Gonna need you to do an itsy-bitsy big favor for me first, and fuck off this green dragon that's been living here for the last little while." I did misspeak at the end of the last episode. It's not a adult dragon, it's a young dragon. Still dangerous, but a little bit smaller. And that's pretty much a recap. So we head back to you guys. You guys have just settled in and at this, settling into a long rest in Radoth's hut. Kind of welcomed you inside. Were you guys keeping watch in here, or is there anything you guys wanted to discuss before we go to sleep? Or those?
This is a bad deal, Radoth. What are you doing? Yeah, I guess I'm cool to just sleep. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah.
Probably keep watch. Like me and Lothran will do the watch things.
Watch.
And
I
Lothran
promise
goes,
not. I promise not the serious shit, sir.
Yeah.
Promise not to go do a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lothran goes, "Does anyone need to take shit? Because I'm not taking care of that again." Nope.
I'm
good.
No.
Okay.
Kicks a bucket over. Okay, but if you need to go, you're going in here, and I'm watching the whole time.
Ugh.
Like full eye contact.
Just there.
Just sits in front of them and just stares into their eyes. You're not going. No, you're not going anywhere.
Just a little bit of water in the bucket. Yeah.
Ugh. Radoff does turn and he goes, Please don't defecate in my hut.
Is this
Go
your
outside.
house?
This is my abode while I'm here at Thundertree."
Hmm.
This place is called Thundertree.
Thundertree.
I was once a town called Thundertree.
Not much of a town now, is it?
Fortunately, no.
Alright, well, let's hit the hay.
So yeah, you guys settle in. Kakari, make a perception check. Make one for Lothran.
Yep.
Lothran, roll
Okay,
this. 6.
I got 18.
Nice. So you guys go through your long rest, and nothing really happens throughout the night. You don't hear anything approach or close, and you guys have a pretty restful. I mean, it's a bit cramped in this area, as there's a lot of you and not a huge house, but you do have a restful night's sleep, and eventually you come awaken with dawn and kind of collect yourselves and your belongings. Nothing happens for the night.
Thank you for your hospitality, Radoth. Would you perhaps like to share a ration pack with us before we set out? Or do you have breakfast? I'm not sure.
He turns and he goes, I actually have breakfast for you all if you wish. And he casts berry. So you watch as he makes a little incantation and waves his hand a little bit. And as he outstretches his palm, 10 little raspberry-looking berries show up in his hand. And it tells you, this should satiate you for the day. Kind of tasty until you get used to it, and then you just kind of make do. But please.
Oh, I say, that's rather kind of you.
Just a couple of berries, that's it.
He kind of shrugs and goes, druid stuff.
I kind of give you guys the side eye, and I also shrug, but I wait to watch him eat his berry first before I do anything.
Yeah, and he does eat one. And Kakari, you would recognize this as a spell, like a proper druid spell.
Yeah, but still, just making sure he doesn't get sudden cramping and explosive diarrhea in the poop bucket.
I take 3 berries.
Oh god. Well, someone's gonna have a good time.
At first,
in my hand.
Yeah, I see.
I take 3 berries and eat it.
And eat it too.
And yeah, you watch it, and there's no issues.
Cool.
I guess we're going on the Hollywood diet.
Yeah, pretty much. Our goji berries, delicious.
Yeah, I guess we'll all just pop one then.
Yeah, cool. As we're eating our berries, I guess I say, so Radoth, do you perhaps know the dragon's habits? Does it return during the day? That sort of thing. I think that maybe we should try talking to the dragon. I'm not really sure how well that'll go, but I think that might be the play here.
I think if you can come to terms with it, could be better idea than fighting it. However, green dragons are known for their cunning, and beware of any traps it tries to lay for you.
Of course.
As for its habits, I do believe it's still here in the northern tower. Been here for a couple days or so now.
I would also like to just confirm, what again was it you want out of this?
I would like the dragon to leave so I can continue trying to reestablish and heal this part of land, bring it back under nature's watch, rather than have this magical interference.
So this is an important place for you then?
For me and the Emerald Enclave, we strive to clear areas such as this out of any negative and harmful effects, reclaim and drive off whatever evils make their place here.
Why'd they only send one of you?
I only sent me to mostly scope out the area and see what actually is the issue here. And while I found the cause of the zombies and the awakened plants, the dragon decided it must have seen it from overhead and decided this would make a good home for him too. He only arrived after I've been here for a little while.
Do you ever think of, like, contacting your friends to come and help you with the situation, or did you just kind of... I just kind of, like, gesture to the hut?
I've mostly been watching him, making sure and trying to discern what exactly he's been up to. But the most I could tell is he's slowly trying to turn this into his permanent home. And so I have sent a messenger back to the Enclave, but how long it will be before I get response or even help, I'm unsure, as it's headquarters, as it were, is a little ways away.
I got left on red. I'm joking.
Effectively.
So if we talk to this dragon for you, open up a dialogue, is your enclave happy to negotiate?
It would depend on the terms, but the dramatic dragons are evil at best, so any deal, I fear, would not be long withstanding.
Alright.
Yes, I'll be honest with you, Radoth. I was planning on maybe conversing with this dragon, but maybe making some sort of deal with it. But honestly, I'm not really sure what kind of offer we could make this creature. Maybe we could convince it to go somewhere else. Would you have any ideas of where we could potentially ask it to relocate?
Preferably anywhere away from civilization, or where people could get hurt. But as for specific places, nowhere that would really be better than here, unfortunately.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to convince.
Yeah,
What
it
Yeah.
is.
What have you do you all have any ideas on how you could persuade this dragon by chance?
Well, green dragons prefer forests as their homes, don't they?
They do.
I do not recall any other forests being near this area. This may be more difficult than perhaps I thought.
I saw a sign outside about zombies. Are there zombies around here?
There are zombies that have been affected by magic. They came when the ash from the volcano did. Well, part of the reason this town was overrun and defeated.
Doesn't seem like a very...
There are still a few that wander, but there are some that have crumbled with age.
The only place I can think of from the top of my head would be the forest where I came from. I mean, there's no one else left there alive that I know of. I say kind of sarcastically.
And what forest was that again?
I don't know. I just said a forest. In my backstory, I didn't go that far. It's a while away. It took me like a year to get to the town. I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead.
Your home
Sounds like-
forest would be called the Gilderay Forest.
Would it be bad to send a dragon to the Gilderay Forest?
Sounds like it's a long flight for the damn dragon.
Yeah, maybe he'll get tuckered out and fall asleep halfway through the flight. Just,
Maybe the promise of him not being harassed all the time might be convincing enough.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a very nice place to stay if it comes from being attacked by spiders and maybe zombies.
You never know, he might like the challenge.
Hmm.
I will say, in my home forest, there are owlbears.
Ooh.
Yes, perhaps we could go for that sort of angle. The dragon surely knows that this was once a popular town. Maybe we could convince it along the lines of, oh, other adventurers will come, keep bothering you, unless you leave. Maybe that could be some sort of avenue we could approach.
That's a good idea. As soon as young adventurers who, think that they could get a dragon kill under their belt, they'll be coming here in, like, swarms trying to get to him. And while it may be fun to pick humans and goblins and what else between your teeth, it would probably get tiresome after a while, especially if he has to stay here to watch his keep all the time.
Lawrence is stroking his beard with his finger and thumb, and we're like, yes, I think this is coming together, folks.
So Radoth, do you have any tips on how we may avoid any zombies or twig monsters around here?
I do. I scouted around quite extensively before the dragon had arrived. I can tell you the path you probably want to avoid.
Oh, yes, definitely.
If you were to go north along the path, just for a little bit, and then cut through some of the shrubbery and head up the hill, should avoid. Last I checked, there was no blights or zombies in that area, but overall, I would stay away from buildings. That's where most of the creatures seem to be located and reside. The zombies seem to be in a state of rest until something comes close enough to draw their ire, and the twig blights seem to wait in the low shrubbery around the buildings for any living creature to come by.
Lawrence scratches the small thorn wound on his ankle and be like, oh yes, those little bastards.
And it was the large building in the north, is that correct? Where the dragon is staying?
Aye, the large tower building. It came and apparently ripped the roof off and has been living within.
Yeah, Dragon's gonna get a lot bigger than that. He's not gonna be comfortable in there.
No, but they do age very slowly, so I'm not unfortunately probably here for a while. There is one other thing that troubles me. I've seen them around. There's been these figures with these black cloaks and masks over to the east end of town. Seem to be residing in northeast building. I haven't interacted with them. I've only seen them from a distance, but not sure what they want.
Do they seem to be working with the dragon?
I haven't seen them interact, but
How long have you noticed these figures?
they've only been here for the last 2 days.
How very curious.
Interesting. Maybe they're after the dragon.
Maybe
might
so.
be. As of yet, they haven't approached it. Well, I've only watched from a distance, and they couldn't see me, of course. But I don't get a good vibe from them. Yeah, they're
Vibe check?
We could try to. Oh, that's interesting. We could try to probably kidnap one of them, figure out what their plan is around this place.
You want to try and
That could be a
kidnap
good
them?
idea.
Something tells me the dragon's not it's probably an asshole, but it's not inherently out to kill everyone. Considering you've been here for a while, I'm pretty sure it knows you're here by now. Considering that your house is like around the corner, just down the street, and these random people in black cloaks have been scuffling around right underneath its tower. I'm pretty sure it knows people are here and it hasn't made any move to come and kill you guys. It's probably just paying attention or watching.
It may have noticed me, but I don't go out in my human form.
Human form?
I am a druid after all. I can take
fair
the shape of a beast.
That's
And-
interesting.
As for the others, I don't know if it's not cared, not noticed. I haven't seen that. They haven't been exactly freely walking around town. Very sorry, I did misspeak. They're in the southeastern side of town, not north.
I see, so
Okay.
fairly close by it then.
We could give them a visit.
You do
What, like
raise
the
your
old
head.
Scout cookies?
You do raise a fair point of perhaps the dragon doesn't care of visitors and is more willing to talk than theory would dictate.
Either way, we can't take it into an assumption. It could also be a stupid dragon, but let's also not make that assumption.
Indeed.
I doubt it's going to be stupid.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be stupid.
Yep.
But if still, we should try and approach it with like respect and slowly. Don't just run and be like, "Hey, it's me, your boy." Like,
Your boy, Lawrence.
I don't think it would
Yeah.
like that.
One final question, Radolf. What was the dragon's name again?
His name, I believe it was Venomfang. I heard him declared once he slayed the spiders.
Gee.
I
Ah.
see.
That's also what I do once I slay spiders.
Yes, he slayed them and then declared this the abode of Venomfang now, and that all should flee and cower beneath.
Not very good, doing a good job about that, is he?
No, not as yet.
Well, perhaps we can change that. I clap Radolf on the shoulder and laugh. Well, if you hear horrifying screams, it's probably us. And there's a visible sweat on Lawrence's brow.
He asked, what are your plans for the moment? Off to see the dragon? Or
As I turn to my party, like, maybe we should seek out those strange cloaked figures and see what they're after first. What do you say?
That'd be a good idea.
I'm very intrigued what they would be up to in this area, especially them.
Yeah.
If they're with us or against us, it'd be best to at least get them out of the way at least.
First of all, I would probably say like raising my arm, and you notice like a slight green sigil on Kakari's hand kind of starts glowing, and then her raven appears, which I'm clicking the thing to make sure I keep up to date with my spells. But her raven appears, which I still haven't got a name for. I'm thinking Dave or some shit, just something Aussie.
Steve.
Davo.
Steve. Davo. Yeah, I'll be like, oh, this is Damien the Raven, but he likes to go by Davo. And he kind of looks at everyone and just goes, "Can't!" And then I'm just like, alright, maybe we can send Davo to, like, survey the area where you said they are, see if we can get, like, you know, numbers and shit like that, find out how many there are.
That's a great idea. I was going to suggest you actually go in your own little form, but that's even better.
Hey, if a dragon decides to torch Davo, I cover his ears so he doesn't hear that part. He'll just, you know, I could just summon him again later. And he just kind of looks at me offended.
Am I this just vulnerable to you? Am I a joke to you?
Yeah, just goes, looks at me, and just goes, "Can't." Like,
He's just a normal sized raven though, right?
He
yeah,
is.
he's just,
a
he
normal
literally
size.
just looks like a normal raven,
Not
like 100%.
Not size of a dog.
No,
He's built different.
No, he's a normal sized raven. But the marking on Kakari's hand is what makes it so she can summon him. But she did it to herself, like like druid pattern thing. So one of her lines is slightly wonky. So instead of going like ha ha like a normal raven, he just says cunt.
Why have you damned me to say only this word?
He doesn't know any
Right, and that's
different. He's always been like this.
ready.
All right.
So you're sending him out to scout around the
Yeah.
the humans or the dragon, or
I'll do the humans first, because that's what what we're thinking of first. Okay, why is there a spider in here? No, it's meant to be a raven.
uh,
I'm
Yeah.
on Lothrin's thing, that's fine.
that'll do it.
So yeah, where was the? You
So
said the northeast
the
or
southeast.
south? Sorry. Yeah,
So
it's
it's
around
rolling down
here, I'm
the flat
guessing.
bastard.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Kakari probably sit down and do the whole avatar stance bullshit so she can see through a raven's eyes. And
Nice.
David, whatever. I've already lost the piece. Okay, it's over here. Just kind of scouting around this area at the start,
Hello.
Alrighty.
looking for anyone.
So you guys watch as Kikari sends the raven through cracks open the door a little bit and sends a raven out, which flutters away. And then you watch as her eyes cloud over and glow a very faint kind of lime green, and reaches her hand out to steady herself. And Kikari, I'll get you to make a perception check with Raven statistics. I think it's probably like a +1 or 2.
While that's happening, could you change the view to like a top-down view? Anything?
Yeah.
Just so we can all see, because it's kind of cutting off a little bit on the right.
Yeah, going around the way.
Just quickly getting the Raven stats up. I rolled 14 without the extra. And perception... +3. Okay, so it'd be like 17.
Alright.
Mhm.
Around that middle building.
Yeah, start with this one here. I'd drop him on the roof, but I'd lose the piece.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Ooh, just got him on the corner.
As Davo swoops over this, he sees this building looks to have been probably like an old smithy at some point. There's a wide chimney and rotted piles of firewood jumbled just outside the walls of this sagging building. And you can see on the inside there's some crumbled workbenches and a couple windows that are still open. The rotted wood and once an old workbench that is just rotted completely through and collapsed in itself. You do see
like
4 humanoid bodies. One of them's like slumped and sitting against a wall, and the other 3 are all sprawled out on the floor. And they appear to be dead and covered in a thick ash that clings to their body even now. And you see a variety of other tools scattered around the floor, mostly on top of the rotted workbench, but some have been scattered throughout. Things like tongs, bellows, hammers, and a couple of anvils, one of which has been knocked over and on its side on the floor.
I would probably relay this information out loud, and then probably add like a mini comment like, has Korga been through here? Dead bodies, like...
But the covered in ash part doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah, could be something to do with like a toxic, like, volcanic ash, like the druid said. Alright. I guess I'll flitter over around closer to here now.
He takes off from the window and flies towards the southeasternmost building. And this one you can see all the doors are closed and the windows are actually shuttered. So there's no way for Davo to actually get inside. But you can kind of lower down a little bit and watch through one of the windows. Well, try and peer through the shutters. I'll get you to make another perception check.
Yep. Ooh, got an 18 natural, plus the 3. Yeah. So 21.
So within he manages to get just the right angle and height to actually peer through some of the slats in the shutters. They're slatted as well. At first glance, it just seems to be an empty farmhouse, but you can see, or rather David can see, several bodies on the inside, all in like dark black robes with folds that have been cut to kind of trail behind. And these figures are all also wearing these hooked masks that cover their faces and have what look like either tendrils or horns that protrude towards the back.
On the hoods.
Yeah, the masks are like, the hood goes over the mask, but these horns like splay out and then back, so they come out through the front and then curve backwards.
Like they're wearing these giant masks, are they?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah, they do have hoods, but yeah, these masks extrude beyond that.
I don't think these guys look very friendly, I'd say out loud,
And
while
you
watching through Damo's eyes.
and you see 4 of them are actually kind of lounging in that main room.
They're just vibing.
Yeah, just kind
Straight
of
vibing.
not really talking a lot. There's some idle conversation, but yeah, they're mostly sitting and apart from idle conversation, a couple of them are eating. Nothing much seems to be going on.
It kind of feels like they're waiting out something, or they're waiting for something. Perhaps orders another person, the dragon, to do something, us to do something.
Hey, DM, what is Kakari actually doing while she's doing this? Like, what do we
Just-
see?
I'm just sitting on the floor.
Yeah, you see her sitting on the floor. Her eyes are glowing that faint green, and she does relay this information, but like she can speak. But if you try and like touch her or speak to her, she doesn't seem to reply or
Yeah, so she
recognize.
keeps. So we're talking back to her, but she's not talking back.
Yeah, no, she hasn't
Yeah.
replied to you. She'll talk over you because yeah, she doesn't seem to be able to hear you at this point.
I want to place a water skin on her head and try to balance it.
Make
Okay.
a dexterity check.
Oh.
Just drop water all over me.
Yeah, so as you place this water skin in the head, it wasn't stoppered properly, so it just starts guzzling out to the side, and you quickly catch it. Like, you're like, oh shit!
Shit!
And you cap it and just remove it and tuck it behind your back. Hikari, you do feel your side get a bit wet.
Guys, you saw nothing.
Actually, you don't even feel the wetness at this point. It just like your left side feels a bit cold.
Or like kind of like hesitate, almost breaking my connection to my bird, and I'm just like, I'll just hold on for 5 more fucking minutes before I turn around and smack someone. I'll probably try and start.
I move closer to her.
Oh, God.
I will take the hit.
I'll probably try and fly a bit closer to like these kind of buildings / the dragon tower while I've still got a decent enough connection, decent Wi-Fi, 3G
Yeah,
to my bird.
Good reception.
3G. Jeez, that's
4G.
not bad. 3G is not
4G
terrible.
connection.
Because you head up north from the eastern end of town.
Yeah,
see,
just
yeah.
heading towards where the statue or person is or whatever.
Yeah, what's the deal up here? Yeah.
So you do see it's a large wooden statue in the middle of the town. As you fly up, you see that the lanes open up to form a small square. Several ruined buildings surround the south side, and the building to the north is mostly intact and still solid, put together. And you do see the statue. You can make a history check if you like, as you see
Yeah.
a statue of a man who's kind of got a like chain or heavy armor. He's got a helmet with a plume, and he's carrying like a spear and a shield.
Can I like just say that out loud? Because I only rolled a 3, so I'm not gonna know who the fuck this is. But if someone else
Yeah.
like rolled better,
Yeah, so yeah, you've got no idea, but yeah, you mentioned about seeing a statue of a man with like a warrior.
History check, you say?
Ooh, Lawrence has good history.
History check of a warrior. I wonder.
Yeah. The rest of you probably won't be able to make a check until you actually are able to see the statue for any defining characteristics
Yeah.
or.
Oh, cool. Well, that's just as well because I got a 7.
I got a 16.
team.
We'll save that for later.
Sweet. Well, while Damo's actively flying around, I'll check out this building, see if there's any windows to look in. And just turn them around.
Geez, Super, your ping is going all over the shop.
Yes.
Yeah, that building, I'll put it together. It does have windows that are currently unshuttered, so Davo, whichever his name is able to kind of
I can't
perch and
remember.
have a look in.
It's Bruce.
There are,
Bruce.
Stop changing his name.
yep, gonna have to pick a name and stick to it now.
I can't remember.
You can pick a new one.
It's either Damo or Davo.
Let's
So
just
I'm
stick with Davo. I like Davo.
Yep,
Yeah, we'll go
Stavo.
Damo.
All right,
Yes.
so he sees this building seems to be a barracks of some kind. It
Yep.
seems to have weathered the years better than most of the, especially the immediate buildings around it. The roof features a simple battlement and arrow slit windows in the walls. So while he won't be able to actually get inside, he is able to perch a little bit and take a quick peek inside with just his head. But yeah, you do recognize this as some kind of barracks or potentially even like a safe house type keep in times of an emergency.
Interesting.
Oh,
Having a
like
little bit
stick
of
my
a
head in?
yeah, so you kind of put your head in and like raven click and turn, and you do see going around the building and looking in several of the windows. You do see several more corpses that line the floor, and like some sitting, some completely splayed out, some almost like leaning heavily on the wall, but they don't appear responsive. These are also all still caked and covered in ash. But these ones, you do see that while through the ash, you can see they're still wearing their armor and surcoats. Looks like these were once warriors or guards of some kind.
Are the bodies looking kind of fresh, or are they like look like they've been here for a while?
They look like they've been here for a long while.
So they must have been inhabitants. I like Kakari mentally is screaming at Damo to kind of like check out the tower, but Damo's just like, I want to pluck out that eyeball. And she's like, no, go to the fucking tower. And now he's angry, but he goes to the tower to check that out. Mini commentary.
Alrighty. So Demo heads over to the tower, and yeah, this tower looks to be about 40 feet or so tall. Double check so I'm not telling fibs. Checking my notes because
Oh, good.
Up we
Important to
go.
have notes.
it's a 40-foot tall tower, and you can see Demo sees that the roof has been like torn off, rubble all around the base of the tower, and the jagged bricks and destroyed debris at the top kind of leave it open for a wide space, and he's able to perch and look down. And within, he does see the body of a large green dragon that is currently what looks like sifting through a pile of gold on the floor of this tower. There is also a single staircase that spirals around the tower leading to the top. That has remained mostly intact. There's been some bumps or scrapes that have weakened it in certain points, but for the most part, this staircase is also intact.
Oh, so the only entrances seem to be from the bottom or the top, really. But I don't know anyone who can fly 40 feet.
Oh yeah.
Aww. Look at him, he's got 2 forms, I want to check it out.
Don't.
No touching.
Don't touch?
Yes. Yeah.
No touch.
No.
Okay, I
You
won't.
can only touch your own figures.
I wanted to see what a second form was.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Well, that's a major spoiler, I'm guessing. Okay. You kind of hear Kakari, like, kind of mumbling to herself, and you realize she's actually talking to Damo, and she's like, no, you do not shit on him. No, Damo, don't shit on him. And then she, like, kind of, like clasps her hand, and you realize that she just basically unsummoned him because he was about to shit on the dragon's head. And, she kind of opens her eyes and, like, feels a bit weak, and then realizes her whole side's wet, and she's like, motherfuckers, you can't even leave me alone for 5 minutes. But I'll explain to them what I found in the tower and the fact I didn't really see any entrances other than the bottom or the top, and about all the gold, which would have gotten Lothran pretty excited.
Yeah, Lothran's like, yeah, I'm all about that gold. You
Yeah.
reckon we could just sneak around it?
Lothran, you're not touching that gold.
That dragon would fucking kill you instantly if you even go near its gold.
I have an idea. You guys fight the dragon. I'll go around the back and take the gold, and we all run away.
No. We don't
That's
really
not
want to
going
fight it.
happen. And while we're discussing with it, you're not touching the gold.
All right, I promise.
Yeah, no. You have to
Keeping it-
bind him or some shit.
I'm keeping an eye on you.
No worries. So yeah, I explain about the bodies and stuff, and we'll just quote unquote cultists or whatever, just vibing and having like Vegemite sandwiches near the dead bodies and stuff.
Yeah, so those guys sound like they're pretty weird looking, right?
Mm. They were wearing strange masks. I
Yeah, they got-
explained the masks to the
They got, like octopus masks or some weird tentacle shit on their face.
yeah, like tentacle porn or whatever. I'd explain kind of what the mask looked like, and I'd like turn to the druid, and I'm like, do you recognize that at all? Like, any of that sound familiar? Have you heard of those?
Right off the turn, he goes, "No, unfortunately, it's nothing I've ever come across." And he strokes his beard a little and goes, "But if they're wearing cult-like attire, perhaps they wish to also talk or make a deal with the dragon. But you guys can all make a history check if you like."
I was about to ask, since they're cultists, would I maybe know them? Could I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'd
got
say-
1.
Not 20.
Oh shit!
Like, who got that 20?
Yep. 24
shit.
for me.
I got a 19, but I
I
have
got
a
a
0
that
plus.
20 as well.
Nice.
We know everything.
I'm still
Yes.
thinking about how Damo almost shit on the dragon and got us killed, and I'm not even thinking about the cultists anymore.
The Soth. I won't roll through the other two because you guys nailed it. So yeah, Soth, Lawrence, Bolt. You guys all take a moment and you think about these weird octopusy or horned masks, and being in proximity to a dragon, you realize these potentially be part of the cult of the dragon, who they're a cult who worship Tiamat, the evil dragon goddess, and have gone around Faerun trying to recruit dragons, and in the past Draco Liches add their power to the cult and try and find a way to bring Tiamat back to the mortal plane.
Oh, shit. These guys mean business.
I know of Tiamat, and I know that she's really bad news, so yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, so I just ask one of you to explain it to me.
Yeah,
And then-
we
yeah.
explain.
Yeah,
Cool.
you guys repeat. And
Well,
as you kind of explain it, Radoth goes, "That's bad news."
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like, what are we gonna offer that's gonna be better than whatever they have gonna offer the Stand Dragon?
they'll probably be trying to offer power and like alliance and shit like that. So, for exchange for like a location of a mine, you want us to like manage a cult and defeat a dragon.
I didn't know about any cult. I didn't expect you to defeat the dragon just to make it leave. I understand they don't seem like an equal trade.
No. If we manage to get rid of, whether we fight it, which is not going to happen, we'd all fucking die, or manage to get rid of it, we keep the gold. Just straight up. Like, we need the gold.
I could not argue with that if I wanted.
Fair enough.
What?
And I want some druid spells. Like, good ones.
And try and share what knowledge I know.
Sweet. Anyone else want to make any demands before we like actually think about what we're gonna do?
Does this guy have, like, some sort of walking stick?
You want a stick?
He
Like a staff?
Man.
He does seem to have like a normal, a gnarled and knotted kind of old quarterstaff that has like a Gandalf tip leaning against one of the walls.
Give me your clothes, then your motorcycle.
Leave this dude just in like a loincloth.
I mean, I look at Kakari. Kakari's currently holding a staff now, isn't she?
Yeah, she
At
has
the
the
staff of defense.
Yeah. Alright, I'll keep my mouth shut. Alright,
What you
Alright,
want?
yeah.
Just like give Kakari a staff.
give us a staff. Alright guys, I reckon we should not even mess with these guys. I reckon we might just be better off going straight to the dragon. Oh, wait.
Have to give it a good enough offer, because if we come to the dragon and give it an offer that's like nowhere near as good as whatever the cultists are going to give it, then you know
Well,
What
the
if
problem is we don't know if the cultists have already talked to it.
they seem pretty
can-
relaxed.
Can we step outside for a second?
The
Just
cultists?
outside? Like, is it clear outside?
he says it should be, and yeah, you guys take a step outside. You make a perception check.
Perception.
Take
Just
a-
shoving ice cream in my mouth.
Perception.
Damn. Rules all over the place.
I rolled on 11.
9.
I got 10.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it looks clear, you guys. You do still see the bodies and debris of the twig blights that you fought the night before. Nothing seems to have come by or disturbed the immediate area.
Just kind of like whispering a little bit, just trying to keep out of earshot. What if these cultists also plan to get rid of this dragon, though? Like, it may not be the best thing, but it could help us if they plan to get rid of the dragon. We could go with their plan, and then we get the destination of where we're going. I'm not saying it's the best plan, but what do you guys think?
It's probably a better shot than what we're thinking. We don't even know
Yeah.
the cult.
Well, from what you guys have told me, the cultists seem to want to get the power of the dragons or whatever and combine them to resurrect some fucking dead guy or whatever. But yeah, what if they like get its power and end up like fucking trying to take over the world or some shit like that?
They're already trying to do that though.
I don't know. You guys are the ones that studied cults in school. Like I was studying fucking herbs and weed.
Herbs and shit, dude.
Yeah. Herbs and shit. Well, if you guys think it's the best option, we could at least try to approach them. I'm just a little bit nervous because they seem like they're waiting for something. Whether it's news, a person, I'm not too sure.
I don't know. It could be a bad idea altogether. So, I mean, we could go just talk to the dragon first. It's up to you guys.
Yes, well, from what I know about Tiamat, she's an ancient god and is very, very powerful and dangerous, so maybe these cultists are not exactly the best deal to approach. I'm not really sure.
That's a good point. Alright. Shall we go then say hello to the Screen Dragon?
I think the dragon might be the better option out of the two, to be honest with you.
I'm just gonna make sure I got my staff out just in case I need to drop down like a defense shield spell or something.
Kind of
Yes.
grasp it tightly and prepare yourselves.
Yeah. So
Right off.
this is gonna be the episode we all die, guys. We love you guys. Thanks for
Let's do
watching.
it.
Redoth does
Adventure!
turn and he goes, "If you're all off to speak with this dragon, I can provide some minor protection to 3 of you. That if negotiations go poorly, might be able to in that way. But I can only do it 3 times. I'm sorry."
Oh, that would be
Hey.
very, very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
cool.
would say I'm just Soth and Lawrence would be a good idea. Soth's already pretty tanky. And Lawrence gets a lot of hits in.
I was thinking at least Kakari, because she has like the healer.
It just
I also have a
how-
staff of defense.
I
True.
don't get.
It won't protect me much, but
So how about me, Soth, and Kakari then? Because I feel like I might be able to do the talking here, and if things go awry, then we will have our
What-
tank and our heal, I suppose.
That
What
sounds
is this defense that you're talking about? Is it like armor? Like a spell?
It is a spell. I can reduce the effect of poison for about an hour.
Oh wow.
Do it 3 times. Make you more resistant to poison's effects.
No, that's great. Yes, please.
I don't know why. For a second, I thought I was immune to poison. I checked. No, it's just charmed. Damn it.
Immune to charmed.
That would have been handy.
Yeah, the dragon just winks at me, and I'm like, aha, I'm immune. I'm not gonna do a Donkey and Shrek thing here.
So please, those who like this protection, step forward. And he begins to kind of mutter an incantation.
I get down on one knee.
Get on one knee, and he places his hand on the side of your head, and you guys watch as this light green, like webbing, kind of stretches out over Lawrence's skin, enveloping him very, very loosely. It's almost like a network of veins, and then slowly absorbs into his body.
Ooh, that's an odd sensation.
So it's different the first time.
Oh, yes.
You are now resistant to poison for the next hour.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Geez, who else was it? Taking this
Guess
boon.
I'll step forward. Just take it for the first time, I guess.
Yeah. So you step forward. He does very much the same. He presses your face a little, and then you feel as well this network of lime green energy flow through your body and then absorb within yourself.
Should I be concerned that he just lightly touches Lawrence, but he caresses me?
It was effectively the same amount of touch, but you feel like you got a little bit extra care because of your druidic ability as well.
Look after druids.
Touch my tongue.
We look after our own.
My ding ding dong.
So,
Maybe.
you're up, so get down there.
Get down there. No, I want you to touch my chest.
And he does. He reaches forward and places his hand on your chest, and he watches even through the armor. There's like a light glow under his hand, and then you guys watch as on his actual skin, these veins kind of stretch up past his face, seeing as the only real exposed flesh you can see, as they too also fade.
For now.
Oh my, you're so muscular. Ooh.
And
I'd probably turn to Volk and be like, when this goes down, can I make sure that you're either behind one of us or at least behind Soth? So if anything happens, you have some form of protection.
I doubt that's gonna help at all, but I'll be fine.
I don't want anyone to hurt you. You're the only reason I'm still here. No, I'm joking. No.
Inside check.
Inside check. No. No. Oh, good.
Are we bringing Georgie with us or not? I need to ask just because we're dealing with the dragon now.
yeah, Georgie goes, I'm not comfortable fighting a fucking dragon. I
Fair enough, Georgie.
don't think I'm gonna join you in this one.
Hey, Georgie, how about you keep an eye on the old wizard guy, and if he does anything, and then I kind of whispers like, you know what to do.
He gives you a nod and kind of lightly brushes his hand past his scimitar on his hip, and kind of gives a side glance at the druid.
Sweet. I like slip Georgie whatever was left of the jerky that I had, and I'm like, if anything happens, at least you have jerky.
You're like, that's true. It's worth something at least.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Georgie. No, I'm joking.
And
Plot
Connor and
twist.
Lothrin ready themselves as well. Lothrin making sure his weapons are in place. Kana, you watch as she casts her false life, and her the image of her face shimmers for a second, and then almost cracks, and then seeps into her.
But she's not in her bottle?
No, she's not in a bottle. She's like, I want to at least get a part of that gold.
Fair enough.
Like I keep saying, we're likely not going to get any gold, but okay.
Probably not, but I'm not missing out again. And Lothran goes, yeah, no, we're just going to go talk to the dragon.
Kana, keep an eye on Lothran. Make sure his hands stay where you can see them at all times, because if he ruins this and pisses off the dragon, we're fucked.
You guys are fucked. I've got a bottle.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Kana. I'll smash your bottle. I don't give a shit.
All right, let's head out.
Sweet. I'm just checking through my spells to see if there's anything I've got that's more helpful, but all I am is a healer.
All right, everyone, sneaky, quiet.
Sneaky,
Who's leading?
Oh yeah.
Who's leading the way?
Stealth around through this village, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember it's north and then through the trees.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Bum. All right, then, as we're trekking through the forest, we're like, well, everybody, I'm not sure how well this is going to go, but if this is where our journey ends, it's been a pleasure traveling with you all.
Just
I truly
stay
appreciate
away
the
from the
friendship.
bushes.
Oh yes, of course.
Don't count them.
Except for the bushes that you guys need to go through.
Yeah. So just tell us when to stop, because we're just sneaking through.
You guys are going. And he did, as you guys were leaving, he did point out the way, and you guys are heading the right way as you travel up through these. Are you guys going stealthily, or?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do stealth checks. We're gonna do it.
Everyone make a stealth check.
I got
That's a nice
7.
dice for the dragon.
And heavy armor has to roll with disadvantage.
Yep, got a 7.
Wait. No, I got 10. Sorry, I saw some soft for some reason. Went, oh yes, that's mine.
I just roll low. I expect this.
17 for your boy.
What did Lothran roll?
Lothran? There's no rogue dice. Oh, fucking Lothran rolled a 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's typical for our rogue.
Plus 5, so Lothran's got an 8.
Why am I the
And-
sneakiest?
Kana
The one in
rolled,
full fucking armor.
Kana rolled a 14 plus, I think, 3. 4. Kana got an 18.
Nice. It's probably her foxy, no stealth.
Hmm.
So you guys sneak through the bushes, and it's difficult. You're trying to take it slow and take your time with it, but the dry brush that's hidden beneath the actual shrubbery cracks and brushes beneath your feet. You're typically snapping twigs on your way past, some of you.
Stealthy!
As you do eventually get through the shrubbery, and you stand ahead of this large tower and building to the side.
Damn it. I was going to say I rolled perception to have a look around, but I rolled 8, so
Yeah.
probably don't see shit.
So you guys watch as at the top of this hill stands a large round tower with a cottage attached. They're both in good condition, although the tower's roof is actually mostly gone. You do see a door that leads into the cottage. Several arrow-slit windows visible on the tower as well, are kind of skirting around the outside at an even distance. But as you do get to the top, you do notice that the air and the sound is very eerily quiet, and you do smell a strong, acrid stench in the air that kind of burns the inside of your nostril.
Lovely.
Can we do this thing where we, like, put water on some clothes and put them, like, over our noses a little bit to filter out any, like, ash and acid and shit?
You can do that if you like.
That's
Yeah,
a
I'm
good
gonna
idea.
do that. And I've seen it in a movie once, so I don't think it actually works, but you know.
I say this stuff is getting caught in my beard. Ew, disgusting.
I remember seeing all the ash on the bodies. I'm like, just try not to inhale too much shit, guys.
You're arguing about your beard. I'll just like brush off my black fur.
Little bits of acid and friggin' ash everywhere, yeah. I
Sweet.
suppose I gesture to the rest of my party, be like, "So everybody," whispering, of course. Shall we announce our presence to the dragon, or do we want to sneak in, or what do you think?
I'm
Let's just-
90% sure it already knows we're here.
Let's just
But-
try and keep it sneaky at least.
As you begin to discuss that, you hear and you watch as
Yo,
a
what?
large green head peers up and over the edge of the tower, peering down at you all. As it opens its mouth, a loud, horrible voice. Who dares come?
Oh, hey,
you
it's
watch-
Kolga. No, I'm joking.
Oh, Jesus.
And you
Oh,
watch
it's
as the dragon crawls up and over the edge of the tower, and Spider climbs down in front of you all, causing some of you to
Alrighty
take a instinctual step back of this large creature.
The weapons are sheathed, by the way.
Yeah, weapons sheathed, and it looks around with his golden yellow reptilian eye to each of you.
Oh, dear.
Why has the prey come to me?
Yikes. Well, here we go, folks. I suppose I look around to my comrades, a little bit anxious, and I approach the dragons with my arms held out to my sides, not looking hostile at all. And I'd be, "Oh, great and powerful Venomfang, we are some adventurers, and we are here to talk with you today."
And what
We saved.
would the insects like to say?
Can we save before we continue so if we die we can come back and try again?
Can we reload our save next rail off? Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Save
it's
scum,
hardcore
save
mode.
scum, save scum.
Go through all the dialogue options.
Alrighty then.
Oh no.
Hello, Mr. Venomfang. Yes, as I said, we are some adventurers. We have come here today to have a chat with you. May I ask what you are doing here in this place of Thundertree?
This is my home now. What have you brought me as tribute to have a conversation?
Yes, of course. I'm sure a great and powerful dragon such as yourself would much appreciate. I reach into the coat of one of my pockets and produce the garnet gem that I didn't manage to sell back in town. Please, Mr. Venomfang, yes, here is a garnet for your pleasure.
Is that truly all you've brought me?
I
And
gesture to my teammates.
His head kind of leers down close to you, about a foot away, and it's just like, I would want to rethink my offer.
I toss my coin pouch at it on the ground where the thing is.
Easy. And as it lands and you hear the jingle of coin, you watch as his eye snaps over to it and go, "That's more like it."
So Kakari in the distance, like fucking legging it out of there. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, we look back, Kakari's not gone, there's a wolf running.
I'm going.
Hikari does also reluctantly reach down. Not Hikari, so Kana reaches down and kind of grabs her coin pouch and eats it ahead as well.
Yeah, I'd do the same. Goodbye, my money. I'd like kind of give like Lothrin like a side glance. Like we all saw that gem pouch when he was unconscious at some point.
Yeah.
But knowing Lothrin, he'd probably just like look at me like, "What?" And then just like.
And he does take the gem pouch and he throws the gem pouch forward and being like, "That's all I got. That's it. Just those gems. I've got no money."
Yep.
And looking at and you guys come through it in the same area and have a it's now like with these coin pouches a small pile. And Fang goes, "That is good enough to warrant a short conversation. What is it that you've come here for?"
Thank you, Venomfang. So yes, what we've come here today, we have made a sort of deal, you might say, with a druid who lives here in Thundertree. You may have heard of him, Radoth.
I know of him. I have had dealings with him before.
Oh, I see. Would you mind if I ask what these dealings are?
I do mind.
Oh, of course, of course. Anyways, well, yes, I suppose I'll get right on to the topic at hand. Radoth has asked us to potentially get you to leave this place in exchange for his help with one of our missions. So,
What
Mr.
mission do you have that would warrant me leaving my home?
Well, you see, Mr. Venomfang, we are searching for this place called Wave Echo Cave, and Radoth knows where it is. The deal that we'd struck with him, it's quite skewed on our part, if you know what I mean. But in exchange of his information, he would like us to ask you to potentially leave. That's what we were talking about.
And what is in this cave that you so freely walk towards your death?
Well, you see, Mr. Venomfang, it might actually interest you. Wave Echo Cave was once the home to a powerful magic forge, and we are seeking it out.
You say
from our
that, and he
employer.
kind of cocks his. It's an odd sight to see a dragon cock its eyebrow, but you do see a slight reaction. He goes,
Interesting.
Please continue telling me of this cave and its magic.
I suppose I motioned to some of my teammates to be like, a little help here.
Wait, this is more meant, like, I'm not saying this out loud as Kakari, but were we meant to, like, beat people's asses there? I can't 100% remember.
What?
So, like, we were trying to find Wave Echo Cave for Gundren, weren't we?
Yeah, to find Gundren.
Yeah, Gundren had originally wanted to find the cave and then was kidnapped and etc.
And now we just told the dragon about it.
Yes. Well, here we are.
You gotta tell him about the magic in this cave. And he goes,
So you wish me to leave my home so you can find this mystic cave for artifacts of power?
Yes, essentially. We weren't really sure what we were going to find there, but perhaps we could make you a deal, great and powerful Venomfang. If you were to perhaps leave this place, and then Radoth was able to give us the information for this cave, perhaps we could bring back some of these artifacts for you. Would that appease you?
I'm thinking to myself, if he's gonna
No.
leave, how are we gonna find him?
You'll
You will
find us.
not bring artifacts to me. You will take me to this cave, and that will be my new home.
No objections from me.
Yes,
We have fucking dragon in our party.
Our job was to
No.
find the cave for our employer and discover what was there, but yes, I feel like there should be no problem with that.
I don't know, guys.
So, like, yeah, out of character for a moment, yeah, like, we were searching for Wave Echo Cave for what purpose exactly?
We're looking for the dude, the dwarf dude. And
Yeah,
something about the
so, like,
spiders.
Yeah, the spiders, and were
So
we after the treasures in the cave?
they were after it so they could get it back up and running again, weren't
Yeah,
they?
true.
And
Yeah.
all the riches.
yes.
So by taking the dragon along, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
You really want to... we can't bring this dragon with us.
Well, I mean, if we take him to the cave and we're like, hey, by the way, there's a dragon there, and then we'll have backup when we need to fight him. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, we'd have to either sacrifice a lot more money to keep this guy from not killing us the whole time.
We also have poison resistance right now. But that's also... 'cause we could threaten it.
Can I just do a history check just to triple check why we want to get in this cave so bad? Because it could just be me, but I'm just fucking drawing blanks.
Well,
History
pretty
of
much
the
nailed it
game.
on the head. Yeah, you were originally hired to find the cave so that Gundren could get it up and running again, like Volk had said. And then obviously Volk's gone missing, so it seemed your now objective was to find it to potentially find Gundren or at the very least these black spiders who fucked with your plan.
See.
But yeah, Volk was right. Like, the original plan was to get the cave and the forge back up and running.
Yep.
That's the forge.
Within the cave, yeah.
But we won't be able to do that if there is a fucking toxic dragon.
So, I mean, our options become...
He
we
does...
get the dragon to...
Yeah. He does butt in, and he goes... Because he hears you murmur amongst yourselves a little, and he goes,
"Oh no, the cave can get. I'll allow workers in the cave, but they'll be my workers. It will be my cave, and it will be my profit."
So technically, we can still use the stuff, Venom.
Yeah, but you won't be able to like take any out. Basically, anyone who works there would be his slave.
No, that sounds like a pretty bad deal for us.
It sounds like it's not my problem. No, I'm joking.
This is interesting.
Just quickly, do I remember they say there was like a whole bunch of gold possibly there as well?
In the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, so no one said specifically there was a bunch of like gold hidden away, but it was up and running until the day it fell. So there's likely a large amount of like artifact magic items and gold, whatever was in the cave, like up until its last day.
Okay.
Because everyone in the cave and in that area was killed.
I don't think that's a fair enough deal there, Venomfang. When this cave shut down, there was told to be many of artifacts there. I think a better deal would be that you can have all of these artifacts where we keep the cave for production of more for ourselves.
And the town of Phandelver.
You take this for a moment and he stretches his neck up to a guy for like still looking at you all, but makes himself a little bit taller for a moment. Just,
"Counter, you all take the artifacts, and I have the cave."
Oh, that's a good deal.
What is it? So basically, couldn't we recover the forge, and move it somewhere else?
No, he wants the forge there, so he's asking for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of.
We could have all the treasures in the cave. He just wants the forge.
Yeah, he clarifies and he goes,
"You can have what's there now, and then I can move in and make use of it how I wish."
I look over to Lawrence and Kakari like,
I mean,
be like, well, so we meet our objective. We find the cave and we have what loot there is there. We've done the job that Sildar set us out on, and then our friend Venomfang there moves in. I'd say this is an acceptable offer. What do you think?
sounds good considering no one at the town actually knew the cave existed. Well, they know it existed, but they didn't really know where it is. So it means it's far enough away from the main town.
Yes, the mine has been forgotten for hundreds of years, I believe.
it has.
Yeah, but you don't say that loudly in front of the fucking dragon who wants to make money off it.
Yeah.
Or whisper harshly at him. Hopefully the dragon doesn't hear it.
Oh, he absolutely hears.
God, let's not make this worse. I think that's a fair deal.
It's a fair
Alright
deal.
then.
You get a
Very
cave.
fair.
It's a lot better than here. I say, kind of like gesturing, like this place is great, but an awesome dragon like yourself, you're gonna outgrow it soon, and surely, like, hunters coming wanting your gold and wanting to attack you would get tiresome after a while. At least
I
in a cave
face
like
no
that, you can make
threats
some
here.
money.
None have come that have lived long enough to tell others.
Also,
Can we live long enough to tell others?
You do without your petty threats.
well, also needless to say, we are not the only ones looking for this cave.
Yes, I'm afraid to say that this cave is common knowledge to a group called the Black Spiders, I believe.
I see. Well, I'll tell you what, as a sign of good faith, go to this cave, find your treasures, and then report back to me. Otherwise, if I do not hear from you in a 10-day, I will go to this town of Phandelver, did you say? And I will make sure that there is nothing left. I will slay every man, woman, and child, and it will live in your heads.
There's a visible sweat on Lawrence's forehead again, and be like, "Oh well, all right then. I suppose we have a deal then."
I'm like kind of frowning, but I don't say anything.
I'm just sweating. You can't see it though.
Yeah, yeah, it's hidden beneath all your fur. It's just like, oh, fuck.
You can sweat.
Only in very, very severe cases. But Venomfang does shift his shoulders a little.
Go tell our druid friend that I will be gone soon. He can lead you to your precious artifacts.
Where can we find you?
Come, I'll keep an eye out here. I'll be enough away to not disturb your friend, but I will keep an eye for you.
So you'll still be around here,
Oh,
out of sight.
yes, I will remain out of sight, and I will leave the druid to his business uninterrupted. Unless you don't
Well.
return, of course.
All
All right.
then. Well, fantastic. Thank you for your time, Venomfang. It's been a pleasure.
Of course. I hope to see you soon.
10 days, was it?
Within a 10-day, I will find this town on the 10th day.
It takes us a while to get around. Could we maybe say 12?
12 it is, as I am generous.
12 it is.
Yes, thank you. We do not have mighty wings like you do.
Of course. It is not a boon the mortals carry.
Indeed. Oh well, thank you for your time. I suppose, we head on our way. Or
Of
do we?
course.
And he reaches one of his mighty claws forward and scoops up a small pile of gold and treasure. And it carries it close to his chest as he crawls back up the tower and inside.
Just like back away facing the dragon.
Help you find your dad.
Ooh.
Cool.
Oh,
Just
God,
start
what have
heading
we
back
done?
to the dude's house.
What have we done?
As you guys head backwards, making your way back through the shrubbery, at a little bit of a brisker pace from which you approached, and you make your way back to Rita's house. The door is again closed but with a quick knock and whatnot, you were let in. Radoth still alive, and Georgie still in the corner, just kind of keeping a glaring eye, watching over the atmosphere in the room.
And you find out that Radoth has a thing, goblins.
Oh, God.
They're just sitting there
Oh, my.
fucking.
Oh,
Oh,
Once like the door's shut, I'll just be like, kind of like, they're meant to be tricksters, guys. Like, he's literally meant to be a trickster dragon. I don't believe everything he's saying.
Fuck. I should have insight checked. Kicking myself.
true.
Or, I doubt I could tell if it's fucking the dragon's lying.
Yeah, the conversation was just kind of flowing, so I mean... Ooh. Well, in any case, so, Radoth, we've come to an agreement with the dragon.
Good. What were your terms you came to?
He will leave this place for now and leave you to your business, but in exchange, you will show us where the Wayverko cave is for the time being. We will be able to claim the artifacts and the gold that lie within, but then Venomfang is going to move in.
I see.
And if we do not do all this within a 12-day period, he is going to destroy Phandalin.
Don't say the name out loud.
Am I saying it right? Phandalin?
Yeah, Phandalin's right.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
It doesn't need to know all that.
Well,
Kind of has a reaction.
did someone
about it.
actually say the name out loud
Lawrence
of
did.
the town?
Yeah, I said the
You
town.
fucking
out loud,
idiot.
didn't I?
It was just
But he
once,
doesn't-
but he's owned right in on it.
Yikes.
Yes, one of the smartest fucking dragons in the world. Let's fucking say the name of our town, where we are, our fucking blood type, our social security number, and all that shit out loud.
Yee.
Also, the only thing we've got is that he's never heard of this town. He doesn't know where the fuck it is. I said this
mean-
very quietly. I don't think he can read a map.
I'm pretty sure he would know all of that.
I mean, I suppose
He
it's a
could probably
fairly
find
big
out.
town.
But...
Yeah.
Yeah, even if he doesn't, he could find it.
Yeah, but like, can you imagine, like, we get to 12 days and he just fucking flies in the complete wrong direction, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking get those guys, and he just fucking burns down the wrong town.
Burns down a small village. It will still be our fault.
Our fault, it's his fault for being a dickhead, but you know.
Yikes.
Right.
Well, the conversation with the dragon went all right, but I'm afraid, yes, maybe the terms are not entirely beneficial, but that is what happened, and we didn't have to fight it, so... Oh dear, what have I done?
I think back to the conversation and like, I just tried rolling insight and I got a nat 20.
Oh no.
And I think back at the conversation, think of any time where I think he could have been bullshitting or lying.
We should have done more rolls.
Like in
He should have done
hindsight,
that while in it.
you think he could have been bullshitting the whole thing, but it's hard to remember and exact tones and pitches. Yeah, thinking
fair
back
enough.
on a scenario doesn't unfortunately help.
Nah, that's fair.
Missing.
Alright, can I smack Lawrence on the back of the head?
Hey
I
guys,
deserve that.
at least we'll be more experienced and have a shit ton of awesome items when we return back to the dragon.
This is true.
Yeah.
We'll have
Just
to
saying.
roll to smack Lawrence.
Make a roll.
Depends. Do you allow it?
Yeah, Lawrence, are you accepting this smack, or are you?
Well, I suppose I did say the name of a very populated town to a very dangerous dragon. Oh dear.
So you kind of smack him in the back of the head, and he doesn't move to get out of the way. Just,
Yes,
Good.
well.
I didn't specify it was with my hand. I say grabbing my staff, and I'm joking.
Radoth,
Knocking him the fuck out. No.
Radoth
Just has a big grin.
You get a nat 20. Critical.
Radoth does stroke his long beard and goes, "Well, if he knows the existence of Phandalin now, then you cannot fail. And if we only have 12 days, now would probably be the best time to head out."
We
Yeah,
must make
we can't
most haste.
stand around
Yes.
do shopping episodes or anything. We actually have to get going.
Shopping episode.
How far is this place?
From here, it's probably about 4 days travel.
Oh.
I was gonna
Let's-
laugh if he said 10-day travel. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
It would have been about 12 days. Wait, what?
Well, let's make it 3.
Yes. So then, Radolf, do these terms suit you? You will show us the location of the cave, and then when you return here, the dragon will be gone. And I suppose we'll return with you and tell the dragon what has happened, and then he will be gone from your lands.
Radolf does turn and goes, "Oh, unfortunately, at this point, doesn't matter if the terms suit me. He knows a Phandelver. Can't allow all those people to be killed.
This is true.
At least the cave's far enough away from the town. But we might be able to exact a dominion over it, potentially. But hopefully we can put an end to him before anything like that happens.
Before he turns around and goes, oh, maybe I'll just toast them for fun, or take slaves or something.
Is there anyone, like, I take a peek out, is there a window?
Yeah, there are a couple windows that have been shuttered, but you're able to like open up the shutters and appear.
I'm just gonna have a quick peek out of all the windows. Do I see anything peculiar?
Make a perception check.
Just see his face, like right
12.
outside the window, just
Yeah.
looking at us.
guys.
You peer out through the windows and you don't see anything out of the ordinary or peculiar. As you guys have come back down the hill, you have heard the natural wildlife come back in. But outside of that, you do hear about 10 seconds or so into actually keeping an eye and an ear out, the dull thudding of wings, heavy, like you assume dragon wings, as it, and then a little bit of like stone cracking, and then the wing flaps eventually get quieter, and then it returns to mostly quiet, apart from birds.
Sweet. I return to everyone and be like, yeah, no, I agree, we fuck up this dragon when we get back.
Well, we'll be stronger and we'll have artifacts. We'll probably get some, like, good artifact weapons.
That was my reasoning, yes. Perhaps we could pass by Phandelver on our way to the mine and warn them of the dragon and maybe get some help from, like, a nearby army or something, because I didn't think that we could face the dragon on our own here.
I don't think we have time for that. We only have 12 days, remember?
This is true.
How strange
Phandelver was
that.
a fair way from the mine, wasn't it?
It's within a
Right on.
day.
Alright, well, let's, are we heading back to Phandelver, or are you leading the way there, right off?
I can take us directly there. We'll pass close by Phandelver if you want to make a quick stop for anything, but I do think time is of the essence now.
Yeah, I think we're good. Are we all good to head out?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think we should best be off with post-haste.
I was trying to plan something, but I might have to DM the DM.
DM the DM.
And
Like all those
DM,
DMs.
can we try to travel at a faster pace if possible?
Fast pace? You can absolutely travel at a fast pace.
Sweet.
There's one thing I'm thinking is wild shape. I can turn into anything that's like up to 1/4, I think. And I was looking at like a list, and one of them is a horse.
Ooh.
As long as
Okay.
I've physically seen a horse before, I think.
You've definitely seen a horse before.
Just look at it like, whoa, what the fuck is that now?
What is there?
But there are, you can only really travel as fast as Radolf can, and he doesn't have a horse.
He could be a horse.
Yeah,
Actually,
he could turn into a
he
wolf
could
or
turn into a
something.
horse.
Yeah, he
Or
could
a
turn,
wolf
we
or
could both turn into horses and just like get there faster.
Onwards,
Yeah.
druid companions.
To the town or the or the
Probably
cave.
just
Oh,
go
yeah,
straight to the
But
fucking
that's
cave,
that,
to be
that's
honest.
the question. How long can you be a horse for?
Oh yeah, not long.
True.
1 hour at a time.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's not enough.
Yeah, I
short
guess we're
rest.
better off just running. Yeah.
I mean, it could increase our speed for 1 hour. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
it could
We don't
increase
worth
a
it.
couple people's speed, but there are a little
Then
bit
we'd
too
be-
many of
yeah.
you for 2
Yeah.
We'll
horses.
be leaving the rest of the party behind. Yeah. So,
Well,
do we want to
Kana
swing
can
by
go into-
Phandalin?
Kana could turn to a fox.
Foxes have the same speed as she does in human form.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking slow ass fox.
Yeah.
Carried in a bottle.
Well, she can go in a bottle.
In a bottle.
You can have
Yeah.
Soth and Lawrence ride the druids, and like Volt could probably like run, or like could also ride on the back. I don't know,
3-9 agility.
because you can get 2 people on a horse at a time, but with Soth, because he's a heavy armor, probably have to
He is
get
in
him to
heavy
body
armor.
up bulk.
Yeah, true.
It's probably possible, probably,
Probably.
but only for an hour at a time. Like,
Well, how fast is fast traveling?
So normal is about 24 miles per day, and fast is 30.
See.
So it's not super amount faster, but you will get there. Probably just that extra little bit of time to spare. The only thing with it is you do take a penalty to your perception.
Yeah. Nah, we'll just
When
travel. We'll just travel fast.
Yeah. When we're resting, you mean? Okay.
No, like through the
No.
day.
While you're traveling. Yeah.
Oh,
When
okay.
you're traveling,
Right.
the perception's skewed because you're moving quickly, so you don't have time to check.
Alright, let's head up.
And you guys.
So where are we going? Where are we going first, by the way?
Yeah, as we're leaving, we'll be like, do we want to swing by Phandalin and tell them of their imminent doom, or that's
could
totally
probably
my bad?
probably send Damo to do that.
That's a good idea.
Can
I think
Damo
your
speak?
no.
Oh, I can just tie a note to his foot or something and send him off.
Oh yeah.
Do we know of any like leaders in Phandalin that would be able to relay that message or something? Or
There's
Sildar.
yeah, that's its name.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I could send him straight to Sildar. Like Damo should be able to keep his form for as long as like he needs to.
Your wild shape, your familiar only lasts as long as your wild shape does. But
That's like an hour.
Yeah, but Kana's and Lotherin's are permanent. Kana's
Okay. Well, Kana's got the pseudo dragon, so that'd probably be a good idea because I don't think a fucking spider is gonna walk all the way back to the town to relay a
Yeah.
message,
not
and not get
faster than
stood
you
on.
guys.
not get stood on halfway or eaten by something.
You just get stood on and it's just poof.
Because if it's far enough away, but I don't know if it's alive or not. Also, spiders can't really carry, I guess, notes.
Yeah.
You could do a Charlotte's Web and spin the note. Probably take like
Nice.
3 or 4 hours to do it. Like, oh, there is a dragon.
Oh, a dragon.
All right.
Okay, cool. So we have a plan. Nice.
So I guess I'll write the message to Sildar while everyone's getting ready and packed up and pretty much ready to go to tie to Kana's little dragon thing and send him off.
Just checking its stats, and yeah, Kana does go. I can get my my dragon to fly. He can fly pretty quickly. We'll get there to Phandalin before we do. What
Can't
Yeah.
help
What do
but
we
notice
wanna
how she didn't give her familiar name.
I don't know her name.
She probably did.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's Spyro or something.
Yay!
What did we want to put in this note?
Ink,
Yo,
so they can
Sildar.
read it.
Great. What should I write down?
I say give it here, and with the neat hand of noble, I write in long cursive letters.
On a
Hello,
tiny note.
Sildar. A tiny note. Well, yes. Hello, Sildar. There's a dragon on the way. We'll explain later.
Not this
please-
dragon, different one.
Please, I guess what should I say? Like, be prepared for a potential fight. And
In
I'm sorry,
12 days.
Lawrence.
In 12 days.
12 days.
There's a dragon attack coming.
Fuck! Everyone, get the fuck out!
No.
Wait. How long do you reckon it'll take to get there? 3 or 4 days?
For you guys, even traveling at a fast pace, it will take you about 2.5 to get back to Phandalin.
Oh, we mean the
Alright.
bird.
Yes,
Oh,
that would be that.
dragon.
So say in 11 days.
The dragon probably get there in about 2 days.
They make it 10 then.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So I suppose we're swinging by like as close to the town as we can to get the dragon and get the message, and then we're heading to the mine. So yeah.
Probably just send the dragon off straight from here.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
the dragon can do its own thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
True.
And we're
Okay.
just going to go straight to the mine.
Cool. So I'll be
Easy.
like, "Hello, Tilda. Be prepared for a dragon attack potentially in 10 days. I'm sorry, Lawrence."
Oh, that is perfect.
That's perfect.
Yep, no, excellent. You give it your little sign, stroll up. You guys tie it
Lawrence
to,
Love
introduced
Lawrence.
upon Einsold. Yes.
Spyro's little leg and kind of gives it like a little head pat, and then like Falcon Tamer throws it up and it flies off. This is-
Godspeed.
I love how you just wasted more of the paper to write your full name than to like write an explanation.
I
And
have to
days
put
dragon
my-
attack Lawrence on something.
Lawrence. I have to put my full signature. You understand? It was drilled into me in school. I'm sorry.
Could have my stuff drilled up your ass for fucking.
I thought you were about to say back in like Nam. I'm like, wait, what?
Back
Alright.
in
Yeah, so
Okay.
basically we get ready while they're talking about Nam, which we don't know what the fuck that is because we're in D&D. Pretty much ready to go.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
Radar.
yeah,
Let us
things.
be on our way.
Where it goes. Let us be off then. He grabs his staff, and you'll head south, exiting through town, and put a little map swap.
Transition.
Oh, the dragon's gone. We won.
Yay!
It's gone.
I'm just kind of hoping like the cultists don't give it a better offer.
Oh, I doubt they can.
Ooh.
We
Yeah, they probably
basically
could.
told the dragon our entire plan and more.
And the town. Well, I don't
I
know.
love
the
how, like,
cultists,
The
yeah,
DM
yeah.
said like 16,000 times that they're crafty and lie and all this shit, and the first thing we do is like, we come from this town? Yeah, it's that way.
Yep, and we
Yep.
were told that we want to do this. This is our whole reason for being here.
And we didn't roll any insight checks or any persuasions or anything. Oh god.
Winning.
You can see why
Yes.
Korg is like going, what the fuck, guys, in the chat.
Face palm.
Just hearing this fate.
100% reckon that Korg is like the character, not the person, is just watching us, just shaking his head in the tree line, like, you guys are stupid.
Just dropping a deuce and being like, idiots.
Come back and the dragon's
out,
fucking dead, and there's just like carved on his chest, like, you're welcome.
I swear to God.
Alright, so you guys exit through Thundertree, and it's still quite early in the morning at this point. So you head south again, following the outskirts of the Neverwinter Wood. And as you travel south, it's still a calm day. It's no issues. Make a full day's travel without encountering anything. You see a couple like woodland creatures into the forest, just deer, like maybe a squirrel too that gets a little bit cautious at the noise that's going on, but then pokes its head out of the underbrush and sees you, bucks off because it's like nah. But you come to close without issue. And as dusk starts to hit, you guys make your camp and prepare for a night's rest. Who was keeping watch?
I guess me.
You,
we
Lothar, and
can
also
change
others.
it up if you
Oh, no,
also tired.
No, because we only need 4 hours rest while you guys need 8, so...
Well, yeah, sorry for the metagaming here, but yeah, the elves are probably the best way to do the watches because you guys don't need as much sleep or something. Yeah.
Even
they-
though one of us, let someone escape,
Yeah.
They can be, but it's also risky because you could potentially encounters during the night. You only narrow it down to 2. That's 2 rolls.
True.
It
Gotcha.
does work the reverse with the more people, more chance of fail, but it's up to you guys.
True.
Hmm.
Well,
Oh,
I guess
what was-
Lawrence will do his classic trying and failing at making a campfire, be like, I'll take first watch, everybody. Don't worry about it.
And then Kakari does the classic, like makes like a fireball in her hand, just watching him like try and make a fire for like 20 minutes. Like
Oh.
you know I can just make them, right? Like,
But it's
Just
more
wait.
fun this way.
Just waiting for it to get almost there and just ruin it.
Yeah, he's starting to
Anything that's
get
like
a
a
little
spark.
bit better at it. Starting to. But you're still just coming in at the end like, oh, you mean like this? Plop.
Not quite there.
So, Lawrence, you're keeping first watch.
Yes.
Hikari, were you second?
Yeah, I'll take second.
And
Hey,
who wants to be third?
I'll be third.
Alrighty.
Can I do something before you all rest?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I just want to grab like a really meaty looking kind of stick, kind of like short sword length or whatever. And then I want to like, because it will have like sharp edges on it and whatnot. I want to try cutting myself with it and setting the tweed on fire.
Yeah, you're able.
Why?
Takes you a little bit to find one with the proper like edge, but you are able to find like a good length stick that's got like a broken and splintery, jagged edge to it, where it's snapped off from the tree, and you kind of run that along your wrist, and as the jagged bark and actual wood pierces into you, and your blood coats it, you unleash that amount of energy required to activate your right, and the branch does actually blend into flame as a weapon would. But funnily enough, the nature of the magic doesn't burn into the wood itself while you're concentrating on keeping it a weapon.
Yep.
And it kind of burns off it harmlessly, consuming an invisible source. But
it does look like it's on fire.
But yeah, it looks like just a flaming stick.
Fucking awesome.
Nice.
You do that with a person? No.
Well, I know how I'm making fires. I just like hurl the stick like into the forest, and I'm pretty sure like it just goes out as soon as I let go.
Yeah, once you let
Yeah,
go,
hard.
the flame just puffers out. It lands a little bit warmer than usual, but a normal stick once again.
We're gonna aim for every single party member to have a way to magically conjure a fire, just so we can watch Lawrence, who can't do that, struggle to make one every time.
Yes.
Like, guys, come on.
I found a shield that just puts fire somehow.
You fire shield.
Fire shield.
We're all just sitting there with ways to make a fire, and Lawrence is still like cracking like the flint and together.
You guys are
Vincent
doing
Stew.
it magically. It doesn't count.
Alrighty, so we're rolling perception.
Yeah,
Automation,
let's do it
baby.
Lawrence.
Do it in D&D Beyond. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. The dice didn't roll properly. Oh, okay. Well, this is awkward. Don't roll dice in D&D Beyond, folks.
What do you mean?
How
What?
did
Like,
you
what
fuck
do you
up
mean?
pressing a button?
Well, like, you can pick up the dice inside the game, and like I threw it, but it just kind of dropped as I threw it, so...
Oh, you mean in the actual game?
Yeah, in the actual game, yeah, so...
That's not
Well, I
D&D
guess...
That's not D&D Beyond.
Oh, I mean, Tabletop Simulator, my bad.
Mm,
Well, in any case, we're about to get killed during the evening. My perception is +1, so that's a big 3.
Right, throughout your watch, you don't notice anything. You're just kind of captivated by the crackle of the fire. But you're
Wouldn't
able
it be
to...
nice if I could do this myself?
Yeah, that longing to be a survival expert and a little bit of longing for home. You wonder a little bit of what issues are at home to have gotten the coin message a little while
Yes, I
ago.
remember that.
But eventually your 2 hours comes to a close and you're able to wake up Ari, who's kind of been resting half in a trance state, and swap over watch.
Thank you,
Cool.
Kakari. I'm off to bed now.
Okay.
Okay.
And Gary, what did you get?
I got 15.
15 is enough. Similar, you don't encounter anything during your watch. pretty peaceful night. You're able to hear some of the owls in the background. Nothing approaches you this night. Yours comes to a close, and you're able to wake Volk for his share, who rolled a.
Cool.
3 with a natural 1.
Ah, good.
Awesome.
You feel like you're super onto it. You're any noise, you're like shifting and watching out for. But
100%.
yeah, you're like,
It-
no, I've got this down. And then you look down, and there's like a cricket that's made its way up onto your shins, just kind of looking at you, and you're like, oh, and it hops away harmlessly. But eventually, dawn comes, and you don't encounter anything else through the night. Your companions rouse and wake. You're able to continue on your day of journey.
Fantastic.
Cool. While we were talking to the dragon, did Lothran fucking sneak in and steal anything?
No,
Good.
he had a look, but he only really saw the door on the front, and he figured it wasn't really worth sneaking right next to a dragon to try and hop
You
on
obviously
in.
don't know Lothran well. No, I'm joking.
He may like
He would
gold,
have.
but he's not confident enough in his ability to fight a dragon, especially in all the noise he was making on the way to the dragon.
Sneak around.
This is
Oh
true.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Any
Okay.
more good berries there? I forgot his name. Where is he?
Radolf.
Radolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, of course. And he makes the same incantation and produces 4 good berries. And
I'm
we're
getting
all
used to
able
these things.
they're not too bad. They're quite flavorful, juicy, but they can't beat real
Yes.
food. And also partakes of his good berry.
Well, thank you again, good sir. Let us be on our way.
I don't know why you call them good berries. They're pretty okay. Maybe they should be okay berries.
Terrible joke.
The only reason I exist is to make shit puns like that.
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
And he does ask you, yes, did you all want to pass by Phandalin on our way, or did you just want to head to the cave?
No.
I'm kind of embarrassed at this point. Like, you know, they all thought we were heroes, and now, like, we basically sent them a message saying we're sending a dragon their way. Like, lol, thanks, bye.
So
So,
I'll say just heading straight to the.
Just like shyly just leaving them.
Yeah.
This-
It's like,
We have
yes, we sent a message forward to the people of Phandalin via our friend's familiar, so we should be all right to head straight to the cave, my good man.
Very well. Continue our way.
Yes, shall we do?
You guys travel. Eventually, because you guys have been traveling along plains near the edge of the forest, and still early in the morning, you peel away from the forest as it kind of curves around to the east and then back north. Travel along these plains pretty peacefully. You don't actually see any real wildlife or anything out about. You do briefly cross over the tribal trail. You don't see anything along there. The road pretty empty and dry. And as you continue on southeastern direction, eventually you do see like mountains and craggy hills in the distance toward the southeast, and you head, and eventually the greenery around you changes into mostly dirt and dust as it gives way to sandy and rocky terrain. And it becomes night once again. And as you guys settle down for camp, Radolf does go, we're close. We should reach there pretty early tomorrow morning. But
Ooh,
it would likely be best if we arrived well rested.
in the day, yes. I suppose as we're setting up camp, I kind of just casually ask Radolf, so, how do you know the location of the Wave Echo Cave, by the way?
I've been traveling a lot in my time, mostly trying to find areas where nature could thrive and replenish itself with a little bit of help. But one of the others in the Enclave actually found it, and while he didn't frequent with this area too much, details and the location reminded me of the legend of the cave. I've never been inside or approached quite this close before. I just where he told me.
I kind
I
of like
see.
freeze. I'm like, so is this the actual cave, or is this just what you think might be the cave?
This would be the cave. He at one point did search the front area a small amount, and he saw the ruins within what appears to have apparently been a cave-in at some point, and the built ruins around it and the architecture he described seems to match what it would have looked like back then.
Interesting.
Well,
I kind of like freeze at the themes too, but like I just don't say anything and I just keep like walking.
because unfortunately, the thing is, nature doesn't exactly thrive in the area of the cave. We didn't have very much business hanging around it, so took note of its location, but venture further in. Couldn't spare the resources to make it inhabitable for our purposes.
So what are your purposes really? You basically like Druid Greenpeace or something?
Effectively, try and help nature thrive in places that once did overcome or repressed.
Interesting.
Great. Tell me, what have you know of the Druid arts? What of your training?
I kind of like stumble a little bit. I'm just like, oh, no one's ever asked me that before.
Your circle nearby?
Well, how close are we to heaven? Because that's where they are.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
It's fine. She kind of like looks a bit sad.
That's the first time we're hearing that too, right?
Yeah. No one knows her backstory, like unless you, as players, read it, but the characters wouldn't know.
Interesting.
What do you call it? Conclave?
What?
Is it? What do you call the tribe or conclave? Whatever it
A
is.
circle of druids,
Circle.
isn't it?
Yeah, the Circle of Druids. I think like
Yes.
each tribe or whatever. I don't really know much because I'm still new at D&D, but they're like, study a specific type of druidy.
Interesting.
That's
So
horrible.
what circle are you from? I said, like, trying to change the subject, like, no. Don't give me the Vietnam flashbacks.
My circle's mostly the Emerald Enclave. This is what we do. We don't have a defined area per se. We're more wanderers. We do have a what you could loosely call a headquarters up north, close enough to Neverwinter. But my home is in Phandalin. It's mostly where I reside.
Yeah, from the Circle of the Shepherds.
I guess we should say sorry about this whole ordeal then.
You did your best. A dragon is a daunting creature, and whilst not ideal circumstances, this at least gives us time and a plan.
This is true.
Hoping that we can count on your aid once more.
I have a quick question.
Indeed.
Of course.
There was a female druid in the town. Would you happen to know her?
I'm the only druid that lives in the town.
Wait, was there a female one?
No, you,
Yeah,
Oh, no, never mind. I
I
might have
thought
been
she
like,
was a. I thought she was a druid.
she wasn't
I
a
swear
druid. She was just like a sister that you went and spoke to. She wasn't a druid.
oh, okay. Sorry, I
Good
thought there
shit.
was like, I swear I remember hearing like female druid, but then I don't know.
She's a dryad.
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 There we go.
No, I'm joking.
Yes, yes.
Anyway.
It's a tree person.
Tree
Yeah,
woman.
Just treant.
She was the shrine keeper.
Yes.
Nice.
She just come out and look at it and goes, "Yep, still there," and then goes back inside. Cool. I don't really have anything
Alright.
else to add to the conversation.
No, fair enough. So, but yeah,
I'm
you
just
guys,
kind of like now. I'm just kind of like spaced out because I'm sad remembering like my family.
he does kind of reach, like, offer you another good berry.
Well, if you ever want to feel the effectiveness of the circle again, sure the Emerald Enclave would be happy to have you.
I kind of like smile, accept the good berry. Cheers, mate. No.
And you guys settle into your long rest, have or a little bit more idle talk if you wish, and continue with your night preparations. And
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I'd turn to Lawrence and be like, "How the fuck is your bird so big, by the way?"
Oh yes, Bartleby has been in my family for a very long time. He's not exactly your normal raven. You,
Yeah,
you
no
may have
shit.
noticed. Yes, yes. I'm not too sure on the details, but my father had him magically enhanced, I believe, something along those lines.
Magic
I've
steroids.
I've grown up with him all my life. He's a very good bird.
Hmm.
I raise an eyebrow. Magically enhanced, you said.
Yes.
I like think like, can I do that to a familiar? Like ride Damo? Then I remember like how stubborn and annoying Damo is. I'm like, that's probably not a good idea.
Imagine his cunts being louder.
Like
Just start tampering and like adding to your little like circle thing that you used to summon.
tweaking at it, trying to re-tattoo it or something.
with that,
Yeah, we
as
haven't
you-
gone into character stories too much. Yeah, we should talk about that stuff more often. But yes, anyways.
I feel like I just take up too much time. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
true.
Yeah, they would.
We already have a whole segment each lesson about like your fucking buttons. So.
I must explain in perfect detail about my clothes. You have to understand.
They come
and
in-
as you
come
guys,
up and
How are your clothes at the moment? Like just
No.
generally, like are they still clean?
No, we haven't been in any fights lately. My pants
we
have been
have, the
torn
stick
from
people.
twig bites.
Oh yeah. So your pants are just taut.
I'm not too upset about my pants though.
they were easily repairable, but
Yes.
as it's
Pants,
hitting
the
that
least
time,
part I care about with my outfit. Yes.
Yeah. but as it's hitting that time, we'll probably close out the session there as you guys
Cool.
fade out on camera, zoom out on your guys' long rest as you settle
As the
in.
night continues.
We'll worry about watches and whatnot at the top of next episode.
Fantastic.
But with that,
Sweet.
you guys kind of reflect on the last couple of days of fast and intense travel, and also a dangerous deal with a dragon, and what that could entail.
That was pretty yikes.
I was gonna say, can Kakari start keeping a diaries? Like no one's gonna fucking believe me. If I told them.
If that were- But yeah. So, with that, thank you all for coming and watching the 19th episode of Dungeons and Dingoes. We stream on Twitch every we stream on Twitch every Wednesday at 7 p.m. GMT +8, and at TV/Basement Saurus, and the episodes then go live on podcasting platforms on Sundays, at 3 p.m. with the VODs going up afterwards. Apart from that, big thanks to Syrinscape for music and sound effects and all that kind of cool jazz. Find them at syrinscape.com. I think that's most of the outro stuff. Anyone doing anything cool over the next week?
I'm slowly working on that In the Limelight with Lawrence thing. I might do a quick episode on my YouTube's coming up soon, but yes, I'm still working out the finer details. But yes, stay tuned for that on your boy's YouTube channel.
I kind of zoned out, but did you mention the drawing on Tuesdays?
I did not, thank you. I'm drawing on Tuesdays at around 3:30 Australian Western Standard Time. Currently going through drawing or at least drawing some of the characters we have in the podcast. I think next I'm doing Soth. So if you'd like to catch that and have a chat about D&D or podcast or whatever, do that. Otherwise, we stream on Friday nights as well, just casual games. Currently playing Valheim. That's on this channel and super_69 and X-Player, Gorgor of Iron, all on Twitch.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I've also been commissioned by Suba to draw his character, then for me to hear some interesting news that Suba said. So.
Oh, please. If I can help it, I don't plan on getting Lawrence killed anytime soon, but yes.
Well, it's up to you if you want to, like, pay for a commission for me to draw your fucking character just for you to kill him. Like,
Indeed.
That's on you.
Yeah. But
cool.
Yeah.
He might live a little bit longer, seeing as you guys didn't die to a dragon.
Yeah,
Well,
that was pretty cool.
If he keeps telling all the bad guys our entire plans and where we come from and
we will kill him.
Yeah, we'll kill him.
Yep. Well, I mean, yeah, I was, I don't know, trying to do my best job of the negotiations, but here we go. Yes. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Episode 19 of Dungeons and Dingoes. Bye.
Thank you once again, and goodbye.
Bye.